First, I have a question with David. So, today you talk about the junior NBA in China. Can you talk what is junior NBA and what is junior NBA China League Council?
Well, thank you for the question, and thank you for all of your interest in Junior NBA China and what we're here in New Orleans announcing this weekend. Junior NBA itself is our global basketball participation program. The idea behind it is to get youth around the world playing basketball and enjoying the game as much as possible. Learning its fundamental core principles in terms of how to play the game, but also all the important life lessons it teaches: sportsmanship, leadership, teamwork, communication. The Junior NBA China Leadership Council was something that we're announcing this weekend, was to get as many people who have a very close connection to basketball in China, influencers like Wu Fan, who's been playing the game from a very young age at a very high level, and then our basketball experts, among the greatest to ever play the game, future Hall of Famer Paul Pierce here, to help advise us on how in China in particular we can accomplish our goal of growing it on a mass level. And I'm delighted to have both Kris and Paul here to help announce it. Thank you.
Give you a little very fake. Probably played basketball when he was young, but I'm not sure. But I guarantee Kris and Paul played basketball. So I have a question for both of you. Can you share, tell us, when did you play basketball?
I started playing basketball when I was I believe 4th grade. That's when I started gathering interest. I was about 8 years old, 8 or 9 years old. A lot of my friends played basketball. And I got 2 older brothers that played basketball. So, the good thing about basketball as compared to other sports, it was always easy to play because all you needed was a ball. And we could just go to the park where there were basketball courts. So, baseball, you needed to buy a bat, a ball, gloves. Football, you needed helmets, pads. It was just easy for us to grab the ball from somebody. One of our friends always had a ball. We didn't have a ball. We would always go to the park and play because it was a relatively cheap sport to play because there were courts everywhere at the parks, at the elementary schools, the high school outdoor courts. And, I also fell in love with Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, watching the game of basketball. And from there, it was a dream of mine to play in the NBA. And just decided to pursue my dream, work as hard as I could. And so from the age of 9, I had a dream to play in the NBA.
I'm actually, I started playing when I was 10, I think. So grade 5th grade or 6th grade. And then, what Paul said, it was just something that was easy to pick up and you didn't have to buy anything, easy ball. So and at that time I was a little fat, so for me it was
not possible.
It is possible. My mom was telling me that, Kris, you gotta do a little exercise. You get a little fat, and I was like, okay, what should I do? And I picked up basketball, and ever since then I started, just so into the game. I love the game. I actually watched Paul back when I was playing, and he was actually one of the guys I really looked up to when I was playing too. So it was a huge influence from there on. I just love the game. I'm not a player, but still, it doesn't matter. I think it's the game. It's about it teaches you life lessons. It teaches you teamwork, and it gives you more confidence. So it's definitely a sport that I think everyone can participate in and get something out of it.
So Kris, you are not a player, but you're a mentor now. So you're like a council, the leadership of the council. So both Paul and Kris, how do you see your responsibility as a member of the Junior NBA Leadership Council?
Well, just being part of the leadership Junior NBA Council, I think we're going to be able to have influence on how to advise, young kids on how to really cultivate their skills at a young age. I think, at a young age, probably not. kids and tell them the importance of, having fun. Basketball is a competition, yeah, but it's also fun. You learn teamwork, you learn confidence, you learn how to get through adversity, and hopefully, I can just be, an advisor and help in all those aspects, not only in the game of basketball, but it helps in life.
Yeah, well, for me, I'm not a professional player, so really teaching skills and everything, I'm sure we have all the professional players, they can all help out. For me, all I really want to bring to the youth is the energy, the good vibe. I want to tell them how this game could change your life. It doesn't matter if you want to be a player or not. It can just be a hobby or something that you do or an exercise. But I just hope that they can learn teamwork and life lessons behind where they can make their life better. So for me, I'm going to try and just talk to the youth and try to influence them in that way.
Yeah, I totally agree with Kris. Basketball is more about learn something more, not just the game. So I have a question for both of you. In your vision, how is this program can, for the Chinese young youth can benefit from this program, this type of activity?
Well, in addition to Kris and Paul, there are 6 other NBA stars who have committed to join the Junior NBA China Leadership Council. I'm going to try to remember them all, get it right now. Harrison Barnes, Mike Conley, Aaron Gordon, Zach Levine, CJ McCollum, and Jeremy Lin. As part of that commitment, they're going to, on a regular basis, travel to China during the off-season, participate with us in clinics, to encourage the youth to play the game, to have fun, as Paul said, and to help advise us on how to best do that. We'll presumably also have them come to our elite training centers, where we can help have them encourage the best players in China, how to train better, how to apply their skills in different ways to perhaps pursue careers at the highest level, CBA, NBA in particular. That's how we think we can use the Junior NBA Leadership Council to inspire generations of youth to learn to love the game, whether they become basketball players in their future or whether they use the game of basketball to apply it to whatever life brings at them going forward.
Ask the question for me one more time.
Sorry, I went on for too long.
Just covered everything.
It just covered everything.
So how can Chinese youth benefit from this Junior NBA program?
Well, I think a lot of benefits is you get people like myself and other players who are able to travel in the off-season to China to give their expertise. When you have guys that are at the highest level of the game, just giving back on their training methods, what did they do to get to the point they're at. It makes it fun for the kids to be around that. I mean, how would it have been when I was a kid to be able to participate in a camp or a league where I was there with Michael Jordan or Magic Johnson. A lot of the players look up. A lot of the kids look up to a lot of the NBA players because the game is so global now. Everyone around the world follows the game of basketball. Everyone around the world plays the game of basketball. It's just not like a U.S. thing or a Europe thing. It's all over the world. People love the game of basketball. And, the game is continuously growing. Hopefully one day, you never know, you may have an NBA China or an NBA Europe. The game has just gotten that big, and for us to be able to give our expertise and share some of our thoughts, share some of our stories to the kids as we travel during our off season, it's going to be a great experience. It's something I wish I could have done as a kid.
Completely covered. Yeah, I think this is a great platform because when I was 15 years old, I actually was part of the program. junior NBA, and I had a lot of fun. And it was such a, I think it gave me the chance to really like kind of play the game and kind of shine, like, and have the platform where I can compete with other youth, other players at the same level where we can compete and like just have fun and enjoy the game. It's such a and plus we can have obviously like training professional like people coming in to help us out. I think it just gives the youth such a great platform to really get a chance to know basketball and play basketball and enjoy the game.
So I have a final question. I would like Oliver to how was your All-Star experience so far?
My All-Star experience, it's always great. I had a chance to play in the All-Star game 10 times. Now I'm here just as a visitor with my family, enjoying the festivities, and I've seen how far the All-Star game has come. You have fans all over the world that watch the game. You have fans from all over the world that come over to watch the game. Not only watch it on TV, but fly to where the All-Star game is and want to be a participant of the activities that go on. The NBA has really expanded on the number of activities around the city where the All-Star game is based, such as youth camps, appearances from NBA players who come in and give advice, who do small clinics. They rebuild parks, they rebuild schools during this weekend. So it's a special weekend to really be a part of. And, this is my last year. I'm going to retire. Who knows if I'll, go to the All-Star game. But most likely I will, because I'll probably end up being an ambassador. I will be an ambassador of the NBA. But hopefully, I can be a global ambassador, not only here in the U.S., but also in China for many years to come.
Kris, congratulations on winning yesterday.
He won best dress.
Yeah, but to me, All-Star Week has always been really fun for me, and this is my second time playing this league, so I had a lot of fun. So many activities going on, so many things, and every year I try to, if I can't come, I'll watch on TV. I've been doing that growing up, and now I'm kind of part of it, so I feel really blessed and happy to be here. So
Everything Saturday.
I'd say this is my highlight. The idea that, I can't overstate it. One of the greatest players to ever play the game, NBA champion, future Hall of Famer, Paul Pierce, who's got an incredibly difficult schedule with the Clippers, back-to-back games and road trips and everything, takes the time out of his schedule to come to All-Star, to be with us here as part of this announcement. Kris Wu, who's globetrotter. His time is incredibly precious. One of the most popular people on the planet spends the time to come here and to be part of this announcement to help us grow the game of basketball in China. This is my highlight. And thank you, Paul. Thank you, Kris. Really do appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.